know what was going to happen, which way it was going to go.
Yeah.
You sort of thought that Leeds were getting a foothold into it, and then Catalan streaked ahead, and you felt like they were going to win it comfortably, and then the torrential rains came in and washed away those ideas and made it a slightly nervy finish, really, with Leeds coming back on strong. Probably those conditions were the difference in that Leeds scored their tries out wide in those conditions, and it made it harder for the young lad Lily, who had a great game, I thought, overall. Really promising signs from him. But yeah, unfortunately, he had to kick from the touchline in grotty conditions, and it was kind of the difference in a way, because he weren't able to convert those.
But it does show a change in the stance that Leeds had made early season on kicking, where they sort of looked like they were going to persevere with Zach Hardacre doing the kicking, which wasn't.
Well, I told you early doors that I thought it'd be Liam Sutcliffe anyway, and Hardacre was just doing it because Sutcliffe had picked up a knock early in that first game. What then happened was Lily came into the team, and since he's been in the team, he has been the goal kicker. One-eyed Barry Mack seemed to forget that he kicked the goals in the goal that they went for in the World Club
yes, he did.
Challenge game. But you know, whatever. Let's make our own narratives up. That's how he feels fit to deal with the game on a Saturday. On a Saturday chat along with his best.
It was just the commentary wasn't up to much, was it? But the game was entertaining enough, wasn't it?
The other thing to talk about, I suppose, was Catalan did get it together a little bit, but was still guilty of glaring errors.
They just make a lot of mistakes, don't they? They play some attractive rugby. I don't think it's that they're trying things and they're not coming off. I just think they make silly errors.
I mean, the Myler try was brilliant rugby.
Yeah.
And then Gigo, what was he doing in his in goal when he dropped it?
Christian Inu, who looks amazing on the ball and a strong runner and a really talented, obvious rep player from his time playing with New Zealand.
Then just throws people over for no reason.
Then just fucking loses his fucking marbles.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Glenn Stewart at times was hit and miss for me. He was sliding off tackles, which I didn't expect him to see.
Well, he did a lot of work.
He did do a lot of work. No, I let him off.
The 4 or 5 missed tackles he might have.
I don't think we need to talk more about how much I love Glenn Stewart, but I did like it when they called him Dave Stewart at one point on the commentary.
He put a nice little ball in, didn't he, for the Gigo try? That kind of sealed it, sort of, you felt, and then no, it didn't, and then did it, and then but Big Dave Taylor obviously grabbed a couple of tries and had a big influence in the spells he was on. Willie Mason couldn't cope with the rain, but he didn't do a great deal, but managed to stay on longer than I thought he was going to. 10 minutes was 6 minutes longer than I thought he was going to be able to stay on the pitch in each spell he had.
He's going to catch up though, isn't he? Because he's not had a pre-season and all that noise. So you would hope that he, over the next 5 to 8 weeks, kind of improves and gives more in terms of numbers, because they won't carry. You can't carry Willie Mate. You can't. I don't care what your name is. You can't carry a guy on the bench that does 10 minutes.
No, and let's not forget there was a couple of classic Ali Bear owlers.
Why on earth Thierry Alibert is allowed to video referee Catalan games?
Well, I had a bit of a chat with a couple of the tweeters about this during the game, and my view is that I assumed he was there to effectively communicate with French TV, being that he spoke French. But given that they couldn't seem to find the right play of the ball to watch, and when they did, they sort of cut away from it too fast to see that he'd knocked off.
Did they not clarify that on Sky, though? Was that just more Sky bullshit? Are they allowed to... They were saying, it seemed to be on Sky, that they reached the conclusion that they couldn't go back that... They're not allowed to go back that far.
They're allowed to go back to the play of the ball... from the ball hitting the foot. No, they were showing 2 other play of the balls back up the pitch that were totally irrelevant. They couldn't show those.
Were they not after the play of the ball in question?
No, they were before.
Right, okay. That was the impression you get from Sky then, was that?
No, I think they were just baffled with what was going on and trying to just talk over the top of it, which baffles you even more sometimes.
French TV fucked right up then, didn't they?
Yeah, but you did see it eventually, and it was a knock on, and it was after the ball had been played, so it should have come back. But then Gigo grounded the ball for me before dropping the ball for the try that was pounced on. Who scored that one?
Was it Watkins?
Yes.
Watkins, from Gigo's fuck up. Yeah, I thought he got that down.
Yeah, so I mean, he didn't intend to get it down, but in the goal, the rules are if you ground it, you
grounded it.
The ball dead.
Yes.
7 breaks each, 5 tries each. 10 errors to 13 was so 10 by Catalan, 13 by Leeds, was balanced off by 9 penalties by Catalan and only 8 conceded by Leeds. 121 more metres for Leeds was met by 0.8 metres per carry better game for Catalan. 92% tackle success each. Basically, they cancelled each other out in what they were doing right and wrong, and that ended up with the close scoreline we got. On appearance, the stat that made the key difference was goal success. Richards with 100%, but Lilly with only 67. Like I said before, that's
He's
a little
still
bit.
It's a
little bit unfair on the youngster though, who had harder kicks in the worst of the conditions late on. Richards' tougher kicks were before the wind came in, before the rain came in, before that happened. Whereas Lilly, bless him. Dave Taylor got 2 tries and 159 running metres. I want to credit him for the chase back on Sutcliffe's try.
Yes.
That prevented Sutcliffe from going right under the sticks, and Lilly actually missed that kick. And that was...
Yeah, no, you've got... No, let's give...
it wasn't the hardest kick, but the wind had picked up by that point. But, I'd never expected him to work that hard. He's obviously realised how shit he'd been in the first 2 games, taken Alan Walker's comments on board, and wanted to avoid a slaughterhouse visit.
Well, everyone would.
Tony Gigo...
Get a lot of meat off of Dave Taylor, don't you?
Tony Gigo gets in the stats roundup despite really not justifying his place in the team overall. I don't feel
his numbers were there, but
he actually got a try and a try assist in this game. 5 tackle balls, 120 metres. Chris Ninu with a try, 5 tackle balls, 125 metres. If he'd added his try assist to that, when inexplicably he went outside rather than inside, and tried to get the ball out when he was already in contact to Carney rather than going inside to, I think, Myler earlier on in the play, that cost them probably the game being tied up a bit sooner. But Glenn Stewart with a try assist and 56 tackles, the most by any player this week. 11 marker tackles, the most by any player this week.
Monster.
That's why he maybe missed a couple at some point later on in the game. Let's be fair to the lad.
No, you won't find a bigger Glenn Stewart fan than me.
Callum Watkins, who you won't find a bigger Callum Watkins fan than everyone in the Sky commentary box.
Oh, don't they just love him?
To be fair, he is outstanding. 2 tries, 9 tackle balls, 144 metres and 2 clean breaks. Ryan Hall on the other edge with a try, 105 metres and 2 clean breaks.
Has Ryan Hall lost it a bit this year?
Well, he was very error prone in the witness defeat. He got manhandled by Kyle Felt and didn't...
And he took a couple of knocks in this game as well. I just wonder if
he still makes the stats round up. He's still scoring.
No, he does. It's just, do you just get this tiny little grain of like, is he? No. I can't believe I'm saying...
Off the Ryan Hall still puts him above, 80% of wingers in the world.
Absolutely. But I just... do you know what I mean?
Maybe there is something, Adam Cuthbertson with 117
He's another one who I think is being found out a little bit more this year. Well, not found out, but legislated for, perhaps. Yeah, I
mean, he's still making some of those outlandish offloads that are coming off, but he's making more and more that aren't coming off.
I'll be interested to see at the end of this season what
I'm surprised his numbers were so good in this game. Well, they won't come as errors because they go flying back, so there'll be an offload, but they won't have. They'll have been picked up by Zach Ardacre 4 yards, 5 yards back behind the offensive line.
Yeah, true. So you can't really follow up on it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Andy Barker got in touch. He said it was an error-ridden performance by Leeds, who really should have lost by a lot more. The effort was there, but there is a lack of spark without Maguire. Excuse me. The Dragons are huge, and I'm not sure that will help them when the dry pitches arrive. Alan Walker got in touch. He says it was too slippy and wet for Big Willie, but fat, touchy, and the gift did the business. Pelissier, Myler, Carney had a good game, but sloppy handling and Leeds' good play nearly cost us. These combinations are starting. I'm presuming he means combinations starting to gel. Big call next week, Gigo or Escare or both. Frazee got the call from Prezi late. Get down there. Kick-ass or slaughterhouse visit. You can hear the screams in the rain. Jesus Christ, Alan, that was hard work, mate. Fuck it.
I'm starting to think Alan learned how to send us messages from Dar.
Jesus Christ, I'm not certain that
the hyperbole from the show is great.
You can't hear screams in the rain. I'm not entirely sure if that's not a Silence of the Lambs reference. You fucking twisted individual. Okay, Mark Steele.
Just back to the Gigo or Escare point. Has Dupont done enough to justify his place in the side in terms of the sort of physicality he brings and the sort of work rate he brings? Could you put Gigo back in that centre position and bring Escare back in for some sort of pace and spark off the back of a game. He reads offloads far better than Gigo seems to. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and when he gets onto them, he's going at pace, isn't he? And he's got his little step. I know what you're saying. It's a shame to see such an attacking outlet languishing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gigo in the centres is safer than Vince DePaul, though. That's the thing.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying it is. I think you'd have to toughen up around the middle for that to be okay.
They've certainly got some size in the middle. I don't know. But it's intriguing why they're not putting Esquire out there, isn't it? It must be attitudinal, Mark. So, Mark Seymour got in touch. He said, too many errors and not enough defensively proved costly again for the Rhinos. We are still missing a natural leader, but Lily is growing in stature week by week. That's a fair point. John Dyson.
I really like the kid Lily. I think his Sutcliffe actually had his best game so far. Started to show that maybe he can still run, and he is still a bit of a dual threat. But Lily was the guy who was calling the shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit to him for such a young lad as well.
Yeah.
John Dyson, the season has to get better for both sides. Very poor if you ask me. Just managed to stay awake until the end. I didn't think it was a boring game. Bob Phillips, well, I thought this would be a rebuilding season, but this is worse than I thought. Weak defence and lack of leadership seem to be the main problems, but there were some stunning bits from Lily, and Watkins would like a win soon, though. Yeah, fair enough. Brian Davies, Bill Arthur, Baz and Tez creaming their pants over Leeds. Chuff me, last week they were aiming to be crowned world champs. This week we're supposed to be impressed that they only lost to Catalan by 4. Second best to a scrappy Catalan side, and has Watkins ever done it against the very best? World class, my backside. Look at that. Brian Davies waiting.
Probably, yeah. His best game for England was probably that World Cup semi-final
against New Zealand,
and he still was one of the players culpable in the defensive line being all over the show at the end. So,
yeah. Tyler Cass fan, he got in touch. Catalan looked bigger and stronger than ever and have added skill and guile with Myla. Leeds showed glimpses of returning to form and will get their first win next week against Huddersfield. Cutthroat Jake, a great fighting spirit from the young lads in appalling conditions. Still bottom, but a long way to go yet. At the start of the season I thought we'd finish 5th. With that performance I still think we'll finish 5th. Bob Phillips, oh crikey, when was the last 4-game losing run for the Leeds Rhinos? He's guessing that it was Leeds Slump 2014 post-Challenge Cup. I don't know.
I think probably, yeah. Just on Tyler, he sent us a tweet whilst we've been recording saying that.
Well, no.
Okay.
No, rules is rules, mate.
Okay.
Fuck him. I love Tyler, but no. Is it funny? We'll see. That probably would have won. That probably would have won Tweet of the Week, Tyler.
It's missed the point of Netflix and chill though, unless he's having a wank to the blacklist.
Just saying that more than likely won your Tweet of the Week, Tyler. But rules is rules, mate. You've got to get him in on time. Okay, Diane LBW. Only 2 things to say. The Dragons love to give away leads, as in Leads, not Leeds Rhinos, and it's just so funny to see Leeds Rhinos at the bottom of Super League. Yeah, because Saints are playing so much better. Sean Bruiser
aren't either, so I'm not. At least we've won our games, but we're not exactly playing brilliant.
No, exactly. No one really is. Okay, Sean Bruiser. No one of the old, the top 4.
Yeah, Widnes and Salford.
Fantastic. Warrington are playing well. Okay. Sean Bruiser, I'm really liking Lily. He's my favourite player of the season so far. Even if he gets run over occasionally.
Oh, he got absolutely planted, didn't he, by
might even have been Taylor.
Mason or
one of them two. Some big meaty area Australian twat. Okay, Richard Wilkins. Busquet, yeah.
The French version of.
Yeah, exactly. They're not short.
How big is he?
They're not short on size, are they?
He is massive.
He's ridiculous. He's redonkulous, isn't he? Okay, Richard Wilkinson got in touch from down in Australia. He said, once again, I'm left gutted but optimistic. Catalan is a tough trip for any team, regardless of league position. Sutty is finding some form. Watkins looked awesome. Hardacre was good with awesome kicking. Lily kicked well, and most importantly, we never gave up. There is a good chance that the results may get worse before they get better, and Leeds getting totally written off would be perfect. There is still plenty to come from Leeds this season. There is a good chance that the results may get worse before they get better, and Leeds getting totally written off would be perfect. There is still plenty to come from Leeds
Ignore
this
these
season.
Little extra when I'm trying to paste these things together. But I don't think... I don't know if this Leeds team, with the sort of lack of leadership that they've got in the outfit, really are a team who could be backs up a wall, they've written us all off, Jose Mourinho team talk kind of thing. I don't think it'd suit them.
No.
I think they need to get winning.
Yeah, I agree. And I think a lot of it hinges on getting Maguire back in the squad.
Yeah.
Big time. As good as I think the young halves are going to be, and particularly Jordan Lilly, for my money, he's developing into a tremendous prospect as a young player. I think for this season to garner some success, Maguire needs to get back in that team.